Hi class, today we're going to be going over something important we learned in this week's lecture. We're going to be going over how the diaphragm and intercostal muscles work together to produce respiration. Have you ever thought about how our bodies breathe without us even thinking about it? Breathing may seem simple, but there's actually a lot going on under the surface. There's two major muscle groups that can make this happen, the diaphragm and the intercostal muscles. First, we're going to start with the diaphragm. The diaphragm is a dome-shaped muscle that sits right below our lungs, separating your chest from your abdomen during times like quiet breathing when we're laying down and watching TV. The diaphragm is doing most of the work. When it contracts, it flattens out and moves downwards. This increases the space inside our chest. We call this the thoracic cavity. Because of this extra space, the pressure inside our chest drops and air flows into our lungs. That's how we inhale. It's all about pressure differences. Now we're going to talk about the intercostal muscles. These are the muscles between your ribs, and there's two types: external intercostals and internal intercostals. The external intercostals help during inspiration or breathing in. They contract to pull your ribs up and out, which makes even more room inside our chest for air to come in. This is important when our bodies need more oxygen, like when we're running or exercising. On the other hand, the internal intercostals are used during expiration or breathing out, but usually only used during forced breathing, like when you blow out a candle or breathe heavily after a workout. They contract to pull the ribs down and in, which makes your chest smaller and pushes air out of the lungs. Alright, lastly, we're going to talk about how the ribs and the sternum are breastbone. It's form a cage that protects your lungs, but also moves with these muscles. The ribs lift and lower to create space and pressure and changes in your chest. It's a perfect system. The diaphragm and the intercostals work together with your bones to help make breathing more smooth and automatic. To summarize, every time you breathe, your diaphragm contracts and flattens to pull air in, and the external intercostals help expand your chest. When you breathe out, the diaphragm relaxes, and if you need to push out more air, the internal intercostals kick in. All of this is happening constantly, whether we're paying attention or not. Okay, that's it for this week's lecture. Thank you, class.